Warm welcome to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about computer system and its functionalities. The computer function is the same as our brain. Now the question is how the brain functions, isn't it? Okay, let me explain that to you. Sensory cells collect inputs for the brain by seeing, touching, hearing. Then the central nervous system, which includes the brain, processes the gathered information. So what will happen next? With the processed data or information, brain controls the body muscles in order to produce an action as the output. Now if we compare it to a machine, it has input devices instead of sensory cells, CPU instead of the brain, and output devices instead of body muscles. Both brain and the computer needs a storage space to store data. The brain has memory cells instead of that computer has storage device. So just like the brain communicates with electric signals, the computer also uses the same, which has two states on represented by 1 and off represented by 0. We call it binary or machine language. We are going to learn about input devices. As I mentioned, these devices are used to enter data into the computer, and they convert this captured data into binary format before entering. Most widely used input device. It has keys to enter characters to the computer. There are keyboards which has a wire to connect with the computer, and also there are keyboards which uses wireless connection to connect. Each key is converted to its binary equivalent by the keyboard before entering to the computer. Mouse is a pointing device which uses pointing and clicking to give instructions to the computer. Here the motion of the hand is converted into its binary form by the mouse. There are various types of mouse. The most common one is the scroll mouse, which has a wheel for scrolling up and down. The mouses can be optical or wireless. It is most commonly used for playing games. It has a stick which allows the player to move and control the movements of the point on screen. Pen. Similar to the pen, is a pointing device that is used to select a displayed menu item or draw pictures on the monitor screen. It consists of a photocell and optical system placed in a small tube. When its tip is moved over the monitor screen and the pen button is pressed, its photocell sensing elements detects the screen location and sends the corresponding signals to the CPU. Light pens can be used as input coordinate position by providing necessary arrangements. If background's color or intensity, a light pen can be used as a locator, It's used as a standard pick device with many graphics systems. Graphic tablets or tablet digitizer, graphics pad. Tablet drawing is a computer input device that allows images and graphics to be hand-drawn, similar to the way you draw images with a pencil and paper. A graphics tablet consists of a flat surface on which the user can attach stylus, a pen-like drawing device to draw an image. Generally, the image does not appear on the tablet itself, but is seen on the computer display. Just one special font which can represent just numbers and a few punctuation marks can be read by MICR readers, magnetic ink character recognition. Quite easily and with 100% precision they can read characters. Also, information printed in magnetic ink is very secure. By writing a pen over it, it's not possible to alter the details, and the written numbers are not affected by folding, as also happens with checks. The reader used by MICR as well as the special ink also costly. Now before we learn about barcode readers, let's see what does barcode do mean. Many products that are for sale in store have a barcode printed on the packaging somewhere. The barcode is a series of vertical bar of different words that provides details about country of production, the manufacturer's name. A product code barcode does not include the item price. This is stored on the database of the business. A barcode reader is an automatic input device that uses visible red light to scan or read the barcode. To classify the product and the price from the database, the reflect light is converted into digital data that is interpreted by the computer. The QR code is a pattern created by a computer which can hold a modest amount of data. This knowledge is accessed while a QR scanner is reading the QR code. Even though this does not have to be the case, we sometimes see a smartphone used as a scanning unit. Simple. Data such as a URL address, contact information, calendar entries and product details in factories and warehouses, etc. They are also stored in QR codes. Uses of technology to distinguish types of handwritten text characters from digital representations of physical documents such as scanned paper documents is OCR, optical character recognition. OCR's basic method includes analyzing a document's text and converting the characters into binary code that can be used to process data. OCR is often referred to as text recognition at times. OMR, optical mark recognition. OMR gathers information by identifying marks on a text. Short for optical mark reading or optical mark recognition. It's an input device, scanner, that detects a reflection on or through a piece of paper or minimal light transmission. Students may remember taking exam or surveys in which they filled a pencil with bubbles on paper. A teacher or teacher's assistant will feed a card into a device that scores or collects data from them until the form has been completed. Interesting, isn't it? A monitor that also acts as an input device is a touch screen. Some touch screens require a proprietary pen for input. Though human touch is sensed by the most modern touch screens, since touchscreen devices accept input directly through the screen. External input devices such as mouse and keyboards are not needed for a laptop, as well as handheld devices such as tablets and smartphones. This makes touchscreens perfect. For computers, a touchpad, also called a trackpad, is a type of input device that does the same things as a computer mouse. It's made up of a smooth, touch-sensitive surface that the user slides on to move the cursor on the screen with one or more fingers. Push buttons that work much like mouse buttons are next to the touchpad, including left-clicking and right-clicking. There are no real buttons in some newer touchpads, and pressing is achieved by moving the touchpad itself near the button. An input device that digitally captures image and often video is a digital camera. Instead of the film used by conventional camera, digital cameras use an image sensor chip to capture the. A webcam is an input device. Since a video picture of the scene in front of it is captured, it's either integrated into a device, example a laptop, or connected through a USB cable. It comes with a software which allows the user to edit videos and photos. A biometrical input device measures a person's specific physical characteristics. To input a person's fingerprint into a computer, the most common biometric devices are used. A camera is used by more advanced system to input description of the iris of an individual, the colored portion of the eye. In a database, a record of a person's fingerprint or iris pattern is kept. Later on, rescanning the finger or eye and looking up the results of the scan in the database will determine the identifier of an individual. So interesting. Okay. An input device that scans documents such as images and text pages is a scanner. It's translated into a digital format when a document is scanned. This provides an electronic version of the text that can be accessed on a computer and edited. And most scanners are flatbed machines, meaning they have a flat surface for scanning for photos, magazines, and different papers. This is perfect. A sheet fed scanner is another type of scanner which can accept only paper document. Lesson helped you a lot, and thanks for watching.